Alright guys, so today's a news video day. This is some pretty big news. It just came out. You're probably seeing this video the day after. It was confirmed via a tweet on Twitter that the next MX vs ATV game is confirmed. You should see an overlay of the tweet on screen. And this is big news, man. I've been waiting for another MX vs ATV game for forever. All Out has been out for like 3 years. It's been, I keep thinking, hey, we're going to get another one or whatever, and nothing. So I'm really excited. I'm really curious to see how, I would be a bit surprised if it comes out this year. It could at the end of the year, I guess. It caught me off guard that Steel Titans 2 was coming out. I didn't know about any hype for that game, and then they advertised it through a tweet or a trailer, and then it was like a month later and the game was out. So maybe they do the same with MX vs ATV. So it could come out this year. Maybe they have a short, fast, hit it hard advertising of the game, and then it just drops. So really curious to see what it's going to be like, what it's going to have in it, and how different it is from All Out. Whether it is completely from the ground up new, or it's similar to All Out but better. I feel like they could go the route of Steel Titans 2, where the game was still pretty similar to the first one, but it had a lot more polish to it, and it was just improved. It was a better game for sure, but it was still a similar game. You know what I mean? I feel like they could go that route with the new MX vs ATV game. I just hope they can clean it up. Two things that I feel like need to be addressed are the bike sounds. I feel like the bike sounds need to be better. 2-stroke, 4-stroke, they need to be better. And the bounciness in the game. So the terrain deformation is great, but if it gets really rough, or in the whoop sections you see it where all of a sudden you'll be bouncing pretty crazy, pretty uncontrollable around the track. You hit the rut and you just start bouncing. You start pogo sticking around the track, and the whoops is similar. If you hit a whoop with your front wheel too high, sometimes you get this really crazy bounce, and I hope they can fix that. That's a huge bummer, and that was one of the biggest turnoffs for me in the game. There's other stuff that I feel like could be addressed, but for the most part, if they could fix some of that stuff, I would be pretty happy. The airtime is a bit floaty. I feel like they need to rework some of that. If it is running off of the same general physics as All Out, I don't know how much they can adjust on that as far as being floaty. Steel Titans 2 feels like it runs off of the same basic concept as All Out. It's weird, but it feels like that, It just feels like they have gotten better at it. So I'm hoping they can incorporate everything that they've gotten better at in the next MX vs ATV game. I want to see a Reflex 2 as much as you do, but I just don't feel like that's what it's going to be. If it is, great. And if it's a completely new game that feels completely different from All Out, that'd be great too. I'd be super pumped for it, but I don't know. I just have this feeling it's going to be like a better version of All Out. And I'm okay with that. I did enjoy All Out. I do enjoy All Out. The problem is there isn't any more content. I enjoy coming back to the game. I enjoyed getting the footage for this on the DLC Supercross tracks here. I know DLC, especially having a lot, can be annoying, but I like it. If they kept releasing track pack DLC for this game, I'd keep buying it and I'd keep playing it. So I do enjoy the game, but they just kind of stopped supporting it. And I don't feel like it did get better on console, but it never was where it needed to be. I still feel like on console it isn't running up to par of where a finished game should be. It got better, but it still wasn't where it needed to be. I'm hoping they don't have a release like that again, where it comes out on PC, and if you have a really good computer, it runs great, but if you have a potato computer or have it on console, it doesn't run good. I'm also curious if they do develop a version for the Xbox One X and the PS4, or if they just do PS5 Series X. Part of me feels like they should do it for PS4, Xbox One, because some people are still having trouble getting a new console, but if they just have to develop it for the next-gen consoles to make it have an acceptable frame rate and game performance, fine. Fine. I can buy it on PC. I know some people are going to be bummed out about it that don't have a new console or whatever, but, if that's what they have to do to have a game that can run good, do what you got to do. But I'm curious to see what you guys think about this, and are you excited? I'm hyped. The hype train has started. And what are your biggest concerns, and what are your biggest what is your wish list for having improved and having be better in the next MX vs. ATV game? I gave you a couple off the top of my head, but there definitely is some more stuff. If I thought or sat here and thought about it a bit harder, for sure we could come up with some stuff. But yeah, curious to see what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know. We can have a discussion. A better version of All Out, completely different. Reflex 2, what are you thinking? But we'll just have to wait and see in the coming weeks or months to see what the game is going to be called, what it's going to be like, and all that good stuff. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.